Captain Marvel has been rather bizarre for Marvel movies and how this thing rolled off the factory floor. And I'm not just talking about the disaster that is Brie Larson, and clearly, oh God, what a disaster. But the movie in and of itself, the character, and how Marvel does this. Now, promoting it as a feminist movie and all this sort of thing is compared to Black Panther in that, well, this was the first black superhero movie, which, of course, it wasn't. So already they're in false territory there. But the comparisons between the two are not exactly accurate in multiple ways. Now, of course, Black Panther didn't have a disaster in its star. Chadwick Boseman didn't go around saying he didn't want any white people at his movie, or anything like that. He just promoted the film. That's all he did. But Black Panther was given a lot more care and respect, if I may, for the character and how he was introduced into the MCU. First of all, he was introduced in a Captain America movie, which was actually probably the best Avengers movie until Infinity War. Infinity War is kind of its own thing. It's called Avengers Infinity War, but it's really like MCU Infinity War, But anyway, so there he is. He's introduced you. It's a story that makes sense with the international intrigue and all that sort of thing going with it. And you get a picture of him, and it whets the appetite for more. And then, of course, you get the Black Panther film, which gives you his full story. And that's all well and good. And so he's really essential and part of the MCU at that point, so that by the time you get to the big payoff of Infinity War, and spoilers, he doesn't survive the ending of it. There's care for the character. It has impact. It matters. And so with Captain Marvel, there's none of this. All we get is a little teaser at the end for Nick Fury to grab his bat phone to send out the Captain Marvel signal, which then immediately brings up all kinds of questions. It's like, well, good Lord, why didn't he use this when Loki and the Chitauri invaded New York? Why didn't he use this when Ultron was going nuts? Yeah, why? Maybe there'll be an explanation for this, but that's going to be a tough one. Compounded by the fact in all their promotion for Captain Marvel is to constantly say she's the most powerful character in the Marvel Universe. So, then that's your go-to superhero. I mean, yeah, Captain America, that's nice. You have a pretty shield, but don't worry, Captain Marvel will handle this. That's pretty much the situation you would be in. Also, just declaring her the most powerful character without demonstrating it through story and letting that become organic within the story, just declaring it is just not a good thing to do. And especially since she's just being, not just practically or anything, she's being shoehorned into the MCU like this, while at the same time telling everybody she's the best and the brightest and the most powerful and so on and so forth. It is, on one hand, kind of insulting to the established story you've already done for 10 years, and at the same time being unfair to the character of Captain Marvel. So it appears to be a lot of laziness involved here that is covered up with feminism as a shield to protect any kind of criticism of noticing that this is just not really up to snuff in comparison to what they've achieved over the past 10 years. But what's done is done, and so here we are. So here's some reviews so far from people who have actually seen the film. Yes. This comes from Attitudes Joe Passmore, which I'm unfamiliar with, but nevertheless. Captain Marvel takes a while to find its pace, but when it does, it doesn't disappoint. So it gets a pace going. All right, how about that, huh? Yeah. This movie is no Black Panther, well, I gathered. Or, if we're expanding the field of comparison, Wonder Woman. Yeah, I know damn good and well this is no Wonder Woman. It says, luckily, Captain Marvel doesn't have to be better than all of those MCU's previous films to be something enjoyable. This from Katie Burt, from Den of Geek. Well, that's actually true. It doesn't have to be better than Black Panther or Wonder Woman. It just, it just has to be good, which it may be. But the promotion is god-awful, and Brie Larson is even worse than that. So, yeah. Gal Gadot was a woman. Brie Larson is a spoiled little girl. Let's see, this next one is from Matt's Movie Reviews. Survives a bumpy ride of origin story tropes and sci-fi jibber-jabber to become a supernova of a superhero movie sure to shake up the MCU. Yeah, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing. So that's Matt's take. Captain Marvel has all the usual MCU humor and action, with a few surprises, and plenty of girl power moments in Larson's strong performance. That was from Molly Freeman of Screen Rant. Thanks, Molly. Next we have Screen International's Tim Grierson. Captain Marvel mostly plays like a perfectly solid addition to this massive commercial franchise. It's fun and breezy, but also a tad familiar. That doesn't give you much. Movie Nation's Roger Moore. Liberating, cute, forgettable. Well, what do you expect from a misogynist like James Bond? It's a different Roger Moore, of course. Roger Moore is no longer with us. Rest in peace. Well, that's the positive reviews. So, here's some people who obviously got a problem with women. This from the Hollywood Reporter's Todd McCarthy. The picture is not dull exactly, just mundane, marked by unimaginative plotting, cut-rate villains, a bland visual style, and a lack of elan in every department. Oh, Todd, you misogynist. Associated Press's Lindsay Barr. Oh, Lindsay, how could you do this to your sister? She says, the first female-led movie of the MCU deserved more. Oh, boy. Oh. Now, this might be a good sign. Maybe I don't know anything about Lindsay Barr, but maybe she means it's not feminist enough. So, okay. The score. Damn it, I forgot to read the scores. She gave it a 2.5 out of 4. So, that's her score. Only the most dedicated Marvel fans will follow this captain, according to Newsday's Rafter Guzman. Again, 2 out of 4. The character, even when kicking ass, is a total bore. Jeez. This was from the New York Post. Johnny Oleksinski. I can't say it. Damn it, it's right there. Okay. Sorry, Johnny. 1.5 out of 4 from him. It's everything you might expect a sci-fi superhero movie to be if you haven't seen one in a long time. Oh, goodness. That from AV Clubs. Yeah. So, a score C. Oh, well, a lot of misogyny out there. Lot of misogyny. So, that's the sad commentary on the state of gender relations today. So, the movie, at best, might be adequate, I'm gathering from this, because even the positive reviews is not that exciting. So, as in what one of the other critics had mentioned, and I agreed with, was that it didn't have to be as good as Wonder Woman or Black Panther and that sort of thing. It just had to be good. Which it may very well be, but with the terrible promotion that just angered and pissed off a large swath of the main audience for Marvel movies, which made no sense at all, and then compounded, of course, with Brie Larson's idiocy. The movie needed to be a lot better than just good to kind of overwhelm that. So just being good, it might be enough for it to, which I still at this point expect it to do well as far as it'll be profitable. I don't think it's going to be a monster hit. And even if Brie Larson had just been, a good promoter of it and we didn't really know much else and all that sort of thing, and wasn't really making the negative headlines that she made, and it's completely on her shoulders that she made them. But even if all of that was eliminated, this still would not have been a monster hit. I just don't, and even if you took away the sexist promotion of it, is the odd manner in which the character is introduced. Whereas like Black Panther was slowly rolled out. He's weaved into the tapestry of the MCU that they crafted there, and he fits right in. And he earned his place, and that's how all the characters earned it. They had to earn their way into your respect and maybe even love. Yeah, love. Whereas Captain Marvel is just bam, she's there. You love her, like her. Get on your knees and praise her, because if you don't, you're a misogynist. That's a terrible way to introduce your character and to blatantly take your audience for granted, which is very insulting. That in and of itself. So don't do that ever again. But you're not listening. So that's my assessment as of now on this whole Captain Marvel business. And those are some of the reviews that are coming through, as only a couple of days now before it opens to where I could see it. I will not see it anytime soon. And that's kind of useful for me anyway, but definitely so now. I'm not going to see it on the opening weekend. So, but if you want to, you go right ahead. That's your business. But just overall, like I've said, there's lots of different layers here that were just bad. And it's confusing and strange. I'm not exactly certain what it is. You can say it's the PC cult strikes again, well, maybe so. Well, not maybe so. Obviously, the elements are there for that, but the idea that that's a driving force to in spite of reason and this basic business sense, is disturbing, isn't it? Yeah, but there are elements of it everywhere in different franchises and choices that these businesses make, and it's weird. But well, I guess there it is. All right, thank you for listening again. Apologies for my voice, struggling to recover from the flu. Am feeling a lot better today, but that cough can strike at any moment. I've had to stop and retape this over and over again by now. I hope I can get through it as I'm saying goodbye. But anyway, thank you for trudging through this. Please like and share, subscribe, and those of you who haven't subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And do check out the link description below. That'll take you to my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you.